And introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, he weighed in at 66 kilograms and trains under Romel Luistro out of Luistro Combat Academy, boasting a professional record, 6 wins, 2 losses, fighting out of Perth, Australia. Make some noise for Luke Jones! And introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, he weighed in at 66.1 kilograms and trains under Ben Johnston and Damage Mia out of the Fight Centre and Southside Training Centre. With a professional record, 9 wins, 7 losses, fighting out of Gold Coast, Australia. Make some noise for Diego El Pantera Negra Pereira! And when our action begins, our referee in charge, Phil Cassidy.
Phil Cassidy back in the center for this featherweight bout. Diego Pereira in the red corner, Luke Jones in the blue. Round 1 of a possible 3 underway.
And a hush falls over the crowd that have been so vocal all night. They know what's at stake here tonight, T, and that's who's going to be the top challenger for the featherweight division. El Pantera, content just to sit in the middle. He's got such beautiful feint game. You never know what's coming next. There's such a high variety style of striking. Goes to the leg, goes to the body, measuring with the jab to set a rhythm.
And it's a battle between the two gyms. Luke Jones fighting out of Luistro Combat Academy. You can see Romel Luistro in the corner of his man. On the other side of the cage, Eternal middleweight Ben Johnston alongside Nakia Melody and Uncle Des Mea at the Fight Centre. Wealth of experience for both of these men in their corners, Matt.
Yeah, and also in the blue corner, the champ, the lightweight champ, Quillan Sakil.
Indeed.
Just got for fresh defense of his title.
Yes, I couldn't see him over there. He slid in without me knowing, but he is alongside his head coach, Romel Luistro.
Just hiding behind a mustache.
A fantastic one at that.
Good low kick early from Diego Pereira. He knows the effect those can have, courtesy of Jack Jenkins and their Fight of the Year awarded fight. Went 4 rounds, broken leg, broken jaw. This kid's tough.
He's got the heart of a champion, Diego Pereira, as he still has his sights set on that belt at the age of 31. Just coming into his prime, as you would say, Matt.
Certainly, you know, in this division, they can go long and late into their 30s, and he's looking to pitch up, as per usual, as the cheer Diego goes around the crowd here that will become so familiar with the Southport Sharks. He is a fan favourite, and they've turned out the force tonight. Measures with the jab to set up the low kick, and then immediately to the body, Diego, and a jumping knee, just a little cherry on top. Luke Jones always dangerous, chips away inside low. He's got great boxing, Luke Jones, and excellent wrestling. Super hard to take down, and geez, if he gets on top of you, you got better luck getting up in a Vaseline factory with no legs.
Are you surprised at how patient Diego has been so far, knowing that Luke Jones is a credentialed wrestler? He's not looking for a takedown anytime soon, happy to take center cage and pick his shots, Matt?
Yeah, I'm not too surprised. Look, Diego can be super patient, and at the moment he's just chipping away, setting traps. Setting the trap right there, as we have a little uniform adjustment.
Come on.
There's a few technical difficulties for Luke Jones, which we've managed to address. Back to the action.
Yeah, and the strategy early from Pereira looks to be to invest in those in the front leg. He's been going inside and outside with the low kicks, and he's been stabbing to the body with that front kick. Looking to sap the energy from Luke Jones. Test out his cardio, and you can see the redness on the body of Luke Jones. Pereira's just been going to the well there.
Starting to mix things up is El Pantera Negra.
Luke Jones just making his own reads too. He haven't seen a lot from him so far, but he's not taking pictures in there. He's trying to figure out the puzzle that is Diego Pereira, El Pantera Nero. And Panthers, excellent ambush predators And he's looking to find an opportunity to pounce on Luke Jones.
Well, you can see the red welting both on the body and on the inside of the left leg, courtesy of Diego. He's done his homework on Luke. Luke doesn't necessarily seem to have an answer, but he comes with a counter right cross. Just gliding out of the way is Pereira.
Yeah, now we've had 4 minutes expire in this first round, and there's been a lot of shots taken to the body from Luke Jones coming back off a long layoff. That'll suck some gas out of the big athletic body that Luke Jones always turns up with. He's looking just like he never left.
Indeed he is. Eats a big body kick from Pereira.
Yeah, that open side of Luke Jones, that's where the liver is, and that one wrapped around the elbow. You see a redness under the elbow. That was a real good connection from Pereira. Death by 1,000 cuts from Pereira at the moment. Luke Jones so patient, but he's almost given up the round with 1 minute to go. It's been very little from Luke Jones. He's trying to set his feet, but Pereira's never really there, and this round's over and done with.
For more updates and live events from around the globe every weekend, round 2.
Round 2 underway. Diego going back to the well of that front leg. The redness so evident here to those that have made the trip down to Gold Coast for Eternal 81. Just the front of the body of Luke Jones, bright red, as is the front leg. A little bit more urgency in the rhythm, the cadence of Luke Jones coming into round 2.
Size fingers, please.
What traps will his team, Roberto Lustro Academy, have provided him? Will we see? But at the moment, it's more of the same from Diego Pereira, just kicking the leg hard, the front leg hard of Luke Jones, who returns with one of his own.
Now, I don't want to be ignorant here, but Luke Jones seems to be addressing that cup more than he would prefer. And Diego is just smashing that lead leg. He is loosening up here in round 2, Matt Williams.
Yeah, and you can see now that the stance of Luke Jones has narrowed up. So as he narrows the stance up, it'll make it more difficult for him to explode into a wrestling attack. And he's looking to protect it now. See how the knee just buckled backwards there? Big T, he's really starting to feel that.
Yes.
Diego, he might feel like he's got a pathway to victory and destroying that front leg of Luke Jones, removing it from the hip.
Taking a leaf out of his old opponent's book, former Eternal Featherweight champion Jack Jenkins, targeting that lead leg. Going to the cuff again as he comes up top with a combination.
Yeah, that was interesting. Pereira went low and then came upstairs with the right hand. You might feel that Luke Jones is dipping down to try and catch that leg, catch that leg kick. Good stiff jab from Pereira. Luke Jones looking, downloading.
They're doing great work out of the fight center. No doubt his chief sparring partner, Cass Haberfield, the man they call Butch Cassidy, watching on with eager eyes, watching his teammate Diego Pereira go to work. Luke Jones over the top with the right hand.
Yeah, he came forward, his eyes wide, and he stepped forward. And I think everyone here in the building knew he was about to throw a right hand. It had bad intentions on it. Pereira up to the task. Pereira's such a big name in MMA. Imagine being at a Pereira family reunion. You know, Pereira's standing there kicking a concrete pole, giving you the evil eye like Tong Po.
Well, it's almost in his genes, isn't it, Matt?
Yeah. Alex Pereira turning the chorizo on the barbecue wearing an apron.
Sounds like a party to me.
Luke Jones circling to his right, away from that leg kick. It's been damage inflicted to the inside, the outside, and again to the outside. And the interesting thing Luke Jones does is he keeps reaching down to his cup. And every time he does that, he's dropping his right hand too. I'm not sure if it's like slipping out of position or it's uncomfortable or if it's just a habit. Oh, and he goes upstairs. I felt like he was setting something up with that inside low kick. Luke Jones managed to get the right hand up just in time.
Well, we've seen that patented high kick from Diego against Michael Tobin, former champion here at Eternal MMA. Can he do the same and add it to that epic highlight reel that belongs to El Pantera Negra? And if you're in the corner of Luke Jones, man, you'd have to think it's go for broke here. 90 seconds left in round 2. Not much to show for it, but a bit of damage on the leg and to the body.
Yeah, well, one thing he needs to stop doing is traveling to his left. Every time he goes to his left, he's taking a big leg kick, just like that one. And if he stands still, he takes the front kick to the body. He needs to come forward here. Lateral movement's not going to get the job done. Diego looking silky smooth tonight. Good hard left kick. And starting to commit now is the Black Panther. Oh, chop it away. Luke Jones takes his eyes off the prize for a second.
You can't sit there in the pocket with Pereira and be inactive. Luke Jones, it's good to see him back in action, but he needs to find something here in round 2. Otherwise, he'll be going into round 3 behind the 8 ball. Diego Pereira looking incredibly well on the feet here this evening.
And starting to cross that left leg over the front of the right now as Luke Jones is, I believe it's pretty compromised. It's not bending, and he's really starting to protect it. And now he goes into perpetual motion to his right to try and defend it. And every time he sits still for a second, that stabbing kick to the body from Pereira just finds a home.
Well, the hips don't lie. You can see plenty of feints from Pereira. Luke Jones saw that one coming and another. Defensively, he's doing okay. Offensively, I'm sure Romel Luistro will be incredibly passionate in his advice in 2024 at Eternal MMA 82.
Round number 3 in a fight that means so much for the featherweight division of Eternal MMA, one of the legacy divisions, has been so strong for so long, turned up so much talent, sent them on their way to UFC glory. As Pereira at the moment, who will be catching the lockjaw, the South African Justin Van Heeden's attention.
Well, speaking of South Africans, you saw what went down over in France. Rugby world champions for the Springboks, and for a man they used to call the Springbok, now they call him Lockjaw. Will we see the victor of this fight contend for that eternal featherweight strap? Yet to be seen.
Luke Jones starting to come forward a little bit more now in this round. Finds himself in the center of the cage, probably for the first time in the fight. This is where he needs to be. Needs to throw caution to the wind, doubling up with the jab, trying to find a home for that right hand, Luke Jones.
Well, you said that Quillan Salkeld and head coach Romel Luistro, they needed to light a fire under this man. It seems like they've done so. And I absolutely love the passion that Romel Luistro brings to the cage. He's incredibly passionate, cares about his fighters to the utmost. And there's nothing more than he'd love to see than a come-from-behind win from Luke Jones. And you can see him giving his instruction in the corner. Very intense. The right hand just misses for Luke.
Yeah, Luke Jones trying to find his moment there as Pereira switches his stance. Pereira's got this little habit of switching straight in front of his opponents. Jack Jenkins found that out when they fought. Luke Jones tries to light him up straight down the pipe. Good defense from Pereira. Oh, has his chin touched for a second there by Jones. And another great uppercut there through the high guard of Pereira.
And head coach Luistro, he's brought his man back to life in round 3, telling him to go, get to work. Blocks a head kick there, and he lands an elbow on the inside, Matt.
Yeah, great elbow, and I tell you what, that got the attention of Diego Pereira. Starting to find something now is Luke Jones. He needs to. Half a round done, round 3, needs to find something now.
This is a better round for the man from Luistro Combat Academy to the body now. That left rip, and again, coming up top. Look at this, he seems to have run Diego here. And the telling sign of a shot from the Black Panther is evidence of that. My goodness.
Yeah, well, he woke up, didn't he, Luke Jones, and he looked damn dangerous in doing so. Showed that power, that beautiful boxing that he's got. This is not where he wants to be. Diego Pereira on his back, 3/4 Nelson now, both hooks in, needs to try and find something here, Luke Jones, but he's flattened out against the cage. That Nelson in place, pinning him into position.
Well, you can see the smile on Nakia Melody's face. This is his area of expertise, alongside coaches Ben Johnston and Uncle Des Meta. But Luke Jones is right where he needs to be, right in front of Romel Luistro, who no doubt will be doing his best to coach him out of this position, because round 3 was turning in his favor, Matt.
Yeah, absolutely, and Diego just showed his experience by ducking under those big winging punches of Luke to find the hips and just manages to get out of trouble. He was looking like he might have had his bells rung there right in front of us. Luke Jones found something now. Will it be too little too late with 1.5 minutes on the clock? And Nelson just pinning him into position, and the hooks set from Diego Pereira, such an active finisher, such a legit finisher, and of course, the only 3 losses on Luke Jones's record, all by way of submission, as the right hand sneaks under the neck temporarily of Luke Jones.
Final minute of round 3. Diego Pereira was in a spot of bother early in this round, but he may close out the show in a great position as he continues to ride Jones like a backpack here on the Gold Coast. Crowd getting behind the hometown favourite.
Yeah, with 40 seconds left now, Luke Jones, he just needs to throw caution to the wind. He needs to get a scramble going. He's just sitting here. He's just allowing Diego just to rain down punches and elbows on him. Diego just waiting for a moment for Luke to extend his neck so he can slip it under. The referee's starting to take a little bit of a look here, asking for something from Luke Jones, who changed his angle temporarily, T.
Flattens him out here for the final 10 seconds. And you'd have to think, as he goes for a last-minute rear naked choke, he will run out of time. They go the distance. The Black Panther, Diego Pereira, and Luke Jones. What a contest.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. All 3 judges scored this fight 30-27 for your winner via unanimous decision in the red corner, Diego